In Genesis 25, Abraham dies and Isaac enters the limelight. Now his story is one of consolidation as he amasses wealth and cattle. And he marries Rebecca. And Rebecca, his wife, eventually, after praying fervently, falls pregnant. Pregnant with twins. Now the pregnancy is not easy. In fact, it's difficult. And so Rebecca goes and inquires of the Lord as to what is happening. And God says to her very clearly in a prophetic message that within her womb are two nations. The day of giving birth arrives and Jacob and Esau are born. Esau is a hairy, rugged man who lives for the moment. He loves being in the outdoors, he loves hunting, and his father particularly loves him. He's the favoured son, the eldest son. Then there is Jacob, who has fine features. He's a peaceful man. Rather than being out in the wild, he prefers to be by the tents at home base. And his mother, Rebecca, particularly favours him. So this family situation is a bit like a soap opera. The family is divided. And I find particularly the character of Esau very intriguing. You see, Esau doesn't really realise what he has. One day Esau comes home. He's been on a failed hunt, he's caught nothing, and he comes home with that deep hunger. You know the kind of deep hunger you have sometimes? And he gets back home and he smells the smell of hot stew. And Jacob makes him this offer. I will exchange this bowl of hot stew in return for your birthright. And so Esau trades his birthright. His right to privilege and property is exchanged for a hot bowl of stew. Esau exchanges this important family birthright for something that is temporary, that is immediate, but that is really insignificant. And sometimes I think we can be like Esau. We exchange what God has given us, the promises God has for our lives, in return for something that is temporary, that is immediate, but that is insignificant. We trade God's promises for what we can have now. We trade God's plans for a short-term win. We trade God's kingdom for our own temporary empire. We trade our godly birthright for a hot bowl of stew. Today, what is your birthright as a son and daughter of God? Do we really understand what it means to be heirs in Christ? Will we make sure that we don't exchange all that God has for us in return for a hot bowl of stew?